Alright, so number 2 on the list today is last horror film. It's been quite unavailable for quite some time. Troma released it. It was made in 1982. Stars the late great Maniac Joe Spinell and Caroline Munro, who was also in Maniac, many other films. She was also a Bond girl. Basically tells the story. Joe plays Vinnie Duran, a New York cab driver who has ambitions and delusions of grandeur of being some famous director. He's obsessed with the actress Janet Bates, who Caroline Munro plays. And Janet is she's screening her new horror film at the Cannes Film Festival in France, and he decides that he's going to go over there and talk her into being in his movie, whatever movie that is he's making, which we never really found out. And for her, he wants her to be in it. So goes over to Cannes and starts kind of stalking her. He's really obsessed with her, pictures all over the walls and shit like that. Um, and people in her camp, I guess you would say, whatever, start dying off. Producers and whatnot. They start getting murdered. And is it Vinny? Is Vinny killing them? Is it somebody else? We don't know. You'll have to watch to find out. Because I'm not going to ruin it for you in case you do want to see the film. But it's not that great of a movie. Of course, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of it. I've seen trailers. I've seen things about it. It's Joe kind of plays a similar character to the character he played in Maniac, except for in Maniac he was fucking frightening. In this one he's insane and obsessed, but he's not quite. You don't get that dangerous vibe off of him. He just kind of it's almost, I mean, if can't it's campy. It's kind of funny. Um, and the movie itself just kind of doesn't have enough meat to it. It moves along at an okay pace, but nothing really interesting happens. I mean, people die here and there, and in between that, it's Joe just kind of acting wacky and crazy, which is not bad. He does a good job, but for me, it just was not enough to carry the movie. But there are two pretty cool little features on here. One, an interview with his best friend, Luke Walter, who, if you have the Maniac DVD and you've watched the little, I think it's about an hour long documentary on Joe Spinell, which for me, honestly, that is one of my favorite DVD extras on any DVD. It's pretty much just about Joe and his life and stuff. It's really, really good, really interesting, because he was quite a character. And it's an interview with him, and Luke. It's just Luke in a diner talking about Joe and telling some funny stories about him and stuff, which is pretty interesting. And then the other is the short film Mr. Robbie, which was going to be Maniac 2, but it never came to be, which was directed by the guy that did Combat Shock. So they got two cool little extras on here, but I don't know if you want to delve into the movie just for those. It's just kind of flat. It doesn't have a whole lot to it besides Joe's performance, which, like I said, it's kind of amusing at times, and the film is kind of amusing at times just because it's so dated. But it's up to you guys. Whatever you think. You want to check it out, check it out. If you're a Spinell purist, I guess, if you want to say, then maybe you want to pick this up and check out his performance, because it is pretty good. He does a good job. It's just not up there with the Maniac performance. But anyway, last horror film. Check it out if you want to. If you don't, no, whatever you want to do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now, so I'm gonna get out of here. And happy trails.